Are you ready to get out of your kingdom? If you're thinking about transferring kingdoms in Kingshot, do not just look for the biggest alliance and instantly move. This is one of the easiest ways to waste transfer passes, lose troops, end up in a dead kingdom, or move elsewhere that looks strong on paper, but is actually a disaster behind the scenes. Transfer tickets can get extremely expensive, especially for higher power accounts. Speaking from experience, I made this huge mistake. So if you didn't see that video, make sure you go check out that short about my massive transfer ticket mistake. Before you commit to a new kingdom, make sure you know exactly what you're looking for. In this video, I'm going to go over what you should be checking before transferring, including the kingdom itself, the alliance you are joining, the players, the NAP rules, event activity, KBK history, and even how to lower your power, not waste as many transfer passes, and not burn as many troops. Because moving kingdoms is not just about finding a stronger place, it's also about finding the right place. The first mistake a lot of players make is thinking that the strongest kingdom is automatically the best kingdom. That is not always true. A kingdom can have huge whales, high power, and top alliances, but still be miserable to play in if the leadership is bad. The NAP rules are unclear, there is constant internal drama, or only a small group of players are actually active. Before transferring, you need to ask yourself what you are actually looking for. Are you looking to win KBK? Are you trying to find the most active alliance? Are you looking for better event rewards? Are you trying to escape drama? Are you a casual player looking for stability? Or are you a whale looking for a kingdom that can actually support competitive play? Those answers matter because the best kingdom for one player may be a terrible fit for another player. If you are a big spender, you probably care about castle battles, rally support, active joiners, strong leadership, and serious KVK coordination. If you are free to play, low spender, or mid spender, you may care more about protection, active events, a stable NAP, and not getting burned. So before you even look at a kingdom's numbers, figure out what your goal is. The next major thing to understand is transfer cost. Transfer passes can be very expensive, and the higher your power is, the more painful buying those transfer passes is going to be. Before transferring, use a transfer pass calculator like the one on Kingshot.net to establish and estimate how many passes you will need. Do not try to guess this amount. This is where a lot of people mess up, myself included. If you missed my short recently on my massive transfer ticket mistake, make sure you go check that out. People assume they have enough passes, they wait until transfer week, and then they realize they are short. And at that point, you may be forced to buy packs, delay your transfer, or miss the kingdom you wanted entirely. So check your transfer cost early, and if you are anywhere close to a power threshold, you may want to lower your power before transferring. That usually means reducing unnecessary troop power. Now, I'm not telling you to go zero yourself or lose all of your troops. Be smart about it. If your transfer cost is based on power and you are barely over the threshold, lowering your power can potentially save a lot of headache, especially with things that you can remove like hero gear. The key is to plan this before transfers open, not when everyone is already moving. Check your power, check your tickets, check your ticket requirement, and decide whether it is worth lowering your power before you transfer. If you need to lower your power to get into a kingdom, the main thing people look at is troops. Troops add a significant amount of power to your account. Depending on your account, you may have to reduce your troop count by a significant amount. But you need to be careful here. You do not need to kill off all of your troops. You need to actually look at other options before trying to reach that transfer cap. One of the best ways to lower your power is to take off all of your hero gear and reset all of your hero levels. The other way people lower their power, and the main way that people lower their power, is by killing off troops. So when you are killing off your troops or dismissing your troops, then make sure that you are accounting for your hero gear being taken off. While you are killing off your troops, you need to think about what role you are playing in the game. If you have T11 troops on a single specific troop type like infantry or cavalry, or you have T11 archers only, you need to be wary of those and which ones you should be killing off. Before you kill off your troops, you need to figure out what role you are playing in your future alliance. Are you going to be a rally leader? a garrison lead, or one of the stronger fighters in your alliance, you do not want to cripple your account right before joining a competitive kingdom. A better way to think about this is, are you killing off the troops that you will need in the future, such as a garrison lead, where you will have more often infantry and cavalry that you would need rather than archers? You need to be thinking about those things. If you are a free-to-play player, a low spender, or a mid spender, then you probably do not want to kill off your infantry as much or your archers, because it's going to be harder to fill your rallies or other people's rallies in bear. Now, one of the most effective ways to kill off your troops was to go to your profile picture and go to squad and then click on your troop type. So if you have true gold troops, it would be true gold infantry. You click on them and then you would dismiss them. From the making of this video, it looks like they have taken that away. I don't know if it's going to be reappearing when the transfer window opens, but generally that's how people used to do it. Otherwise, you can always just kill off your troops and make your enlistment office full. It seems like each week we hear about new drama from new kingdoms all the time. One of the biggest things you need to understand before transferring is the kingdom's NAP. NAP rules tell you a lot about how the kingdom is actually ran. You need to know who is protected. Is it a NAP 5, a NAP 4, a NAP 10, or something else? Are academies protected? Do they even have academies? Are farms protected? Can players attack during all out or kill events? Are tiles protected? Are banners protected? What happens if someone breaks NAP? And most importantly, are the rules actually enforced? Because having NAP rules written down means nothing if nobody follows them. A kingdom with clear NAP rules and consistent enforcement is usually much healthier than a kingdom with rule change depending on who is involved. You also want to know how disputes are handled. If someone hits a tile, burns a farm, or attacks during an off-limit time, or burns a city, does leadership resolve it quickly, or do they just push it under the rug? The last thing you want is to move from a kingdom to a kingdom that is collapsing. This matters a lot because when you transfer, you are not just joining an alliance, you are joining the kingdom's political system. Alliance powers matter, but it should not be the only thing you are looking at. A higher power alliance can still be inactive. A lower power alliance can be extremely organized. So when you look at alliances, do not just ask which alliance is the strongest. Ask how active they are, how many players show up for events, do they have rally leaders, do they have active joiners, do they communicate well, are they organized during events, do they have good leadership, are they growing or declining? Also, look at the gap between alliances. If one alliance has all the power and the other alliances are weaker, the kingdom may struggle in KVK because only one group is carrying everything or one group is dictating everything. But if multiple alliances are active and coordinated, that kingdom usually has a better chance long term. You want a kingdom where the top alliance is strong, but the rest of the kingdom is not dead. One of the best ways to judge activity is by looking at the most boring event in the game, which is Vikings. Viking scores can tell you how active an alliance is, and they can also give you an idea of how active the kingdom is overall. This matters because power does not always equate to activity. Some kingdoms have huge accounts that barely log on. Some alliances look strong because of old power, but when events start, nobody shows up. Viking scores help show who is actually participating. If you are considering a kingdom, ask for screenshots of recent Viking rankings. Look at which alliances are scoring. Look at whether the points are spread across multiple groups or carried by one alliance. Look at whether the alliance you want to join is consistently active or only active sometimes. An active alliance with good participation is usually more valuable than a higher power alliance full of inactive players. KVK prep is one of the biggest indicators of how serious a kingdom is. If a kingdom consistently performs well in prep, that usually means they have active spenders, organized leadership, and players willing to save and push at the right time. You want to look at, does the kingdom usually win prep? Do they coordinate prep days? Are players saving upgrades? Do they push at the right times? Are alliances working together, or is everyone doing their own thing and pushing their own events? KVK prep is not everything, but it does tell you a lot. A kingdom that cannot organize prep may also struggle to organize battle, and if you are transferring because you want to be competitive, that matters. You should also pay attention to how close their prep scores are. If they barely lose against strong kingdoms, that may still be a good sign. Or are they getting completely destroyed every prep? Finding prep scores will be difficult. You may have to ask for screenshots of prep scores, but make sure you are prepared for what you're going into with how they spend on events. KVK prep is important, but battle results matter as well. A kingdom can win prep and still lose battle just because they do not have a good strategy or they do not have enough active players. So ask about the kingdom battle history. How often do they win castle in KVK? Do they have strong rally leaders? Do they have enough joiners? Are people willing to take losses? Do they reinforce properly? Do they have voice chat coordination? Do they know when to push and when to defend? Some kingdoms are good at spending but bad at fighting. Others may not be the biggest spenders, but they fight extremely well. If you care about KVK, you need to look at both prep and battle results. A good transfer target should have either a strong win ratio or a clear plan for improving. Drama is one of the biggest reasons people transfer, and it is also one of the biggest things people accidentally transfer into. Before moving, ask around. Do not only talk to the recruiter or the person that you've reached out to. You want to talk to regular players, talk to different alliances, ask what the kingdom is actually like. Are alliances working together? Is there constant fighting? Does one well control everything? Are people leaving? Are players happy? Are leadership decisions transparent? Is there a history of burning alliances, breaking NAP, or targeting players who disagree? Every kingdom has some drama, but there is a difference between occasional drama and a kingdom that is constantly falling apart. If you are transferring to escape chaos, make sure you are not walking into more chaos. You've made it this far. This is one of the most important parts. You are not just transferring to a kingdom, you're transferring to play with people. So look at the players. Are they active? Are they helpful? Are they toxic? Do they show up for events? Do they fill rallies? Do they communicate? Do they help newer or smaller players? Do they actually want to win together? A kingdom with a few huge whales but terrible teamwork can lose to a kingdom with better coordination. The best kingdoms usually have strong players, active mid-spenders, reliable joiners, and leadership that can get everything moving in the same direction. If you join a kingdom where everyone is selfish, inactive, or constantly arguing, it does not matter how strong the top accounts are. Ask the kingdom or alliance these questions. What are your NAP rules? How many active alliances do you have? How do you handle castle rotation? How do you handle sanctuaries and forts? How active is your alliance during events? What are your recent Viking scores? What is your KVK prep win ratio? What is your KVK battle ratio? Do you use voice chat for battles? What role do you need me to play? Are you looking for rally leaders, joiners, active daily players, or spenders? What expectations do you have for events? And most importantly, why are people leaving your kingdom and why are people joining? Those questions will tell you a lot. At the end of the day, transferring kingdoms can completely change your Kingshot experience. It can make the game fun again, give you better events, stronger leadership, more active players, and a better chance at winning KVK. It can also be a huge mistake. So before you transfer, check the kingdom, check the alliance, check the players, check the activity, check the NAP rules, check the KVK history, and make sure you understand your transfer pass costs. Do not move just because a kingdom looks good or looks strong. Move because it fits what you actually want to do. And if you are thinking about transferring, start planning early. Transfer passes, power caps, groupings, and kingdom politics all matter way more than people realize. What do you want to look for before transferring kingdom? Drop it in the comments below because I guarantee there are things other players need to think about before they make the move. If you've watched it this far, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join the Discord. I'll put a link right here. It's also in my bio and in my description. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.